Hey, this is DeAndre Ford, and you're listening to Worship Radio International.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited. We are here again on Glow. God's love overrules the world. I am just excited to be here again. I know it's Thursday. You guys used to see me on Tuesday, but we are here. And I have another special guest with me, somebody who I love so much, somebody who not only that I pray with, but I am growing in this journey of ministry and life with my sister, and I am just in awe. And we are going to have a fun time today because every time me and Asia Reddy comes together, we always have fun. So go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, my name is Asia Reddy, like she stated. I go to EKM with her, and meeting Brianna was nothing but a life-changing experience. She definitely changed my life when I met her. It was nothing but a connection from the first day that I saw her. So I am definitely grateful for her, and I want to thank you for having me on your show. So I do appreciate you for even thinking about me. I am on the youth staff at EKM, and like she said, we work side by side. And ministry, as far as my personal life, I am a personal trainer, and I own Ready Made Fitness, in which my pastors actually birthed out of me this year. So I am definitely grateful for that. Yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell. Like, that's me. I'm simple.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about how you found God, a little bit about your testimony, a little bit about your walk and how you've gotten to where you are now.
Well, basically, I was raised in a church. Believing my parents grew up in a church. Well, my mom grew up in a church, and so we grew up in a church. I knew God, and I believed in God. But when I got old enough, I had always told myself when I got old enough, I was gonna always do what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. I had my years of being in my foolishness and doing my thing, but knowing that I needed to get back, getting to a place where I was just fed up. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I found myself trying to get back, just visiting places and going different places. And then my parents joined the ministry. And I was still stuck in my ways because I saw how they, adapted to the church and how they came home. They were excited about it. But I wasn't really ready to go all in like they were. So I was just like, okay, I'll visit, do that, whatever. But coming and actually sitting in the house and actually seeing God move was amazing. And I was sitting there like, oh my goodness, like, wow. From that day, I knew that was something that I wanted to do. I knew that was something that I was going to walk toward. Whether or not, of course, you're not going to change overnight. Things not going to change overnight. But I knew that was something that I wanted to walk toward. That was something that I wanted to eventually do, sooner than I thought. But definitely, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it. But what I would say is that what helped me get out of it totally, get out of my foolishness totally, was walking with people who understood, walking with people who's been there, who's came out of that, was helpful for me and actually had the same goal and destiny and purpose on their life. Helped me, with the youth department, Radical and Radiant, you with Sean Genesis, being around people who truly see you, who see your purpose and your destiny, help push me to where I am. Is it tough, being in society and, being young? I wouldn't say tough, but you have to be strategic in doing it because it can be tough depending on how you go about it.
That's good.
depending on who you surround yourself with. But if you're diligent and you're surrounding yourself with people who see you, who want the best for you, who's pulling out your destiny, who's pushing you, then definitely walking in God and being young is not hard at all. Like, it's not hard. It's just all about how you go about it and basically who you go about it with.
That's
If you want to
good.
be honest,
That's
so
good. That is really good. Okay. I have some more questions before we get into some other things. My next question would be I want you to tell them a little bit about what age would you say you honestly got activated in recognizing who you were in God, even though grew up kind of in the church and kind of believing in God, but what age would you say where you truly answered your call in faith in God, walking in God?
truly answering my call in faith, I would say I was 22. I was 22 when I actually answered my call and walking in faith. But I would say that now, being 23, is when I just like when I see the power that God has placed on the inside of me. I'm tapping in more. I'm hearing God more. I'm speaking God's word. I'm seeing God. God is revealing things to me. So I would say, honestly, 23, walking in purpose, destiny, and not looking back.
That's good. That is really good. Okay. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to add about your life, about you, about this journey that you have been in as far as with walking in God?
No, I would just say that for just to give advice to anyone who's young and you feel lost, broken, feel like you're not good enough, feel like don't nobody love you, feel like God is ashamed of you, or God has turned his back on you. I would say that because what I always, would feel like is that God don't he don't care. Like he don't love me anymore because of what I've done. Like, I'm disappointing him. So for anyone who feels like that, for any young person who feels like they're too far to get back, I would say that you can't get too far. God's gonna love us no matter what we do. God's gonna care about us no matter what we do. And I would just say that God still loves you. God still cares about you. He wants you to come home. He wants you. It's just like a father. They're going to always love their children no matter what.
That's good.
So God loves you. He cares about you. And he'll continue to care about you no matter what you're doing, no matter what you've been through. Even if you feel like you're just disappointing God, God still loves you. And you can get back to God. You can get connected. You can change your life. You can walk in purpose, in destiny. I do believe that because I've done it. I was there. I was in a place. I was broken. I was hurt, and I didn't feel like God wanted me. God would accept me as I was. But once you just say yes to God, that's the beginning steps to start walking out your process. Saying yes is the first step for me. You start walking out, and the further you walk to God, the further away you get from the things that you thought that was good for you, the things that you thought you loved. That's when you start seeing God move in your life. Like, wow, because you just said yes. So I would say, don't allow the enemy to play on your mind. God is ashamed. God is disappointed. He don't love you. He won't accept you, because that is not true.
That's good. Asia ready. Yes, my sister in Christ, my sister. And also, what I would just like to add to that, because honestly, y'all, I can promise you, the very first time I met Asia, is it okay if I share this story? I gotta check. Okay. The very first time I met Asia, I seen her and stuff. I think actually it was at I don't know if I met you first at the Bible class or if it was at when you just came to church or one Sunday. But I think it was
a
at
service.
It was a service. Okay,
yep.
okay. So it was in service, and that's when I tried to tag you in a video on your thing. But anyways, okay. So it was in a service, and she walked in, and I said, wow, this young woman is really on fire for God. She is definitely on fire for God. I could tell that she is just I could tell that you were a like-minded person. You know, that me and you, I could tell literally just by you walking in. I said, wow, God, this girl is on fire. I know it for a fact just by the way you walked in. But then I was like, you know what? I know she got a guard. I know she got a guard up. I know she got a guard up. But for me, when I see people that got guards up, I feel like just tearing it down, going after it. Those are the people that are definitely called to ministry.
Jesus.
The ones who have been hurt, who got a guard up, who like, this is the last straw, this the end. It be the enemy literally trying to tell them to keep the guard up. That's why I go after it with everything in me. But anyway, so I seen her, and that's when my mom had ended up prophesying to her, ministering to her. It was amazing service. All I can say is by the end of that service, Asia had on, I want to say you had on heels, and she had on heels. I'm not talking about baby heels, like little baby she had on stilettos, not the 6-inch wedges, stilettos, running around. She was running around. And she was literally speaking in tongues, hands moving. I said, I knew it. On fire, literally by the end of the service, she was literally on fire. I literally was just looking at her, and even still to this day, she is just such a fireball and a wrecking ball for God's kingdom. She literally just is so boisterous, bold, beautiful, and she does it all with personality and swag, and it's amazing. And so just on today, what the show is going to be about. Of course, we have our women's gathering coming up, our Women to Women movement. We are so excited about that and what God is going to do. So please share and tag people to this video, because we want the house to be packed, literally with a hotel where it's going to be at, but we want it to be packed, and not just with, this is not just for and for the ones who are on, to tag other people that you know that are young women or young girls. This is not just for adults. This is for us as well, because when I was in the car, and even before then, God just was telling me the importance of pouring into our spirits now at the age that we are at 18, 16, 12, just truly having an impact in knowing who you are at a young age. It helps. I literally think about Jesus. Jesus was 12 when he was preaching and speaking. He was young. So for me, when I look at a lot of people who actually was in the Bible days were young, and they were moving forward in ministry, answering their calling and doing what God told them to do. So for me, I just would definitely want to see all of the young women from the ages of, what was it? The ages as far as to come. I don't even think it was really.
There was really no age.
I don't think it was any ages.
Look, if you look 10, because I really believe that coming into God in my fullness, I just always think if I would have found God 5 or 6 years earlier, just think about how much, just think about how much powerful you are. So yes, I believe we need to know we win too. So yes, this women's conference is for all women.
Yes, all women.
All women. And I think it's vital, even like you said, for our age, to tap into while you're single, you ain't got no husband, you ain't got no kid, you don't have no family. You tapping into yourself. You're building your relationship with God. What better time to find who you are in God before God sends you your husband. You have a family. The time where you can just focus and get yourself together when you're on your grind, in your bag, you in your season, this is a perfect time. Why not throw sprinkle a little wind in that bag too, So yes, this women's conference is for everybody, and you all need to get there.
Yes, all need to get there. I agree 100%. So please make sure you go to Women to Women Inner. I think is Inner. We'll put the link. INTL. Yes.com. So you can definitely be a part of what God is doing in the women this time, this season. And so next, for what it is that I truly wanted to talk about right now as far as to why I have my sister, my lovely sister here on with me, is about being a young woman, not only just in ministry at the age, but in answering your call at a young age as a young woman, but also as far as to with the focus, just talking about being a young woman and the importance of knowing who you are at a young age to fulfill destiny. So that's what we are going to be talking about, is fulfilling destiny and knowing who you are as a woman of God at a young age. Drops mic.
Please don't drop the mic.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. So for me, I was always a go-getter. I was always determined. Even before I found out who I was in God, I always had a ambitious. I've always been ambitious. That's always been me. I've always had a goal. I was always the planning type. But it's so important to have something for yourself, to have goals and to strive toward those goals, and to, even when you're young, that it's important to even do it now, because you don't have anything to lose. There's nothing holding you back. And I believe that as young women, defining and knowing who you are young is so important, because when you know who you are, that brings focus right there. You focus different. Your drive is different when you know who you are, when you've tapped into who you are, the quality of who you are, who God created you to be, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Once you realize that, and for those of you who don't know how to know and what to do to get there, I would suggest praying, talking to God. Even for me, I sometimes had to look in the mirror and positive affirmations, crying, tears in my eyes, crying, telling myself that I'm beautiful, that I am enough, that I am, just repetitive. What you speak, you'll start believing it. You'll start getting accustomed to it. You'll start walking in it and walking in your confidence and your boldness. And then focus comes once that confidence is there. Once you realize, I got this. I can do this. So all of them goals that were dreams start becoming a reality, because you focus. You know who you are, and now you know that you can do it. So I would say that first, love yourself. Love who you are. Love who God has created you to be. No matter what that means to you, whoever God's created you to be, love that person. Get some goals. Believe that you can get there, because you can. Have a support system. Having a support system is very important, because everyone likes someone in their circle, someone who can help them, push them, because the enemy's always trying to play on your mind, always trying to get to you, always trying to, get you off course. So having a support system, get you a sister, have someone who's going to push you, even when you feel like you don't want to keep going. They're calling you up, trying to see, what are you doing? What's going on?
That's good.
Where are you at?
That's good.
So, yes.
That is good. That is good. That is really good. I agree 100%. And even I would just say, in being honesty, and in all honesty, I mean, is as far as to with not just in the factor of knowing who you are, but the support system. Yes. This is why I just like to show when I'm with my friends, my girls, man, we are really having a good time, because we really do. It's not just all about making it for show or trying to, we all bad, we cute, we this, and that. But it's more so, we truly do empower and encourage one another. It's a sisterhood. It's truly where it's like, when one is weak, let me come and help you. Let me, oh girl, he calling you again. Let me come and help you. Let me be your support. Right now, you focusing on you. I'm focusing on me. It's a true sisterhood. Or you had a bad day. We're not gonna always make it about guys, or it can be in anything. You had a bad day, and sometimes us as women, or just as human beings, when you have a bad day, and just knowing the reason why I said us as women, or women all around the world, you literally are, I always call it like a superhero. You are, because you have to, for some moms, some of you guys are playing a role of a mom, and as a dad, being a single mom, for the ones who got to run and pick their child up to go here, get groceries, do this, do that. Then if you in ministry, that adds a whole nother entity into it within itself. But then too, just women in general, just all it is that you have to do with the weight of being a mom, of being a support, of being a woman. It's a lot that walks and calls into it. And so you need to have support around you, somebody that'll be there to listen to you on the bad days, that'll be able to be there to encourage you, that'll be there to also to push you to be the best you can be. It shouldn't be anybody around you that you should feel like when you're talking to them, that, man, if you have to check to see, man, are they going to be happy for me? Is it going to be a sense of encouragement? Is it going to be, we all should definitely want to truly see one another win and move forward. We should all definitely want to support one another in spite of anything. If you get a Mercedes tomorrow, I'm going to scream and shout and praise like it's my Mercedes. When you start your business, I'm going to share, to send your flyers out, to pass out your business cards. I'm going to promote your business just as if it was my business, because when you around successful people, anything you surround yourself around, not just in people, anything you surround yourself around, if I put myself in an aisle full of, healthy foods, then I'm going to start to, I'm going to start to be more attentive to, okay, let me check the calories on this. I'm going to change the way, it's going to change the way I'm eating, which ultimately is good. If I'm in an aisle where it's a whole bunch of junk food, the more I'm going to put in my body is junk food. If I see that they got 2 for 1 on Doritos, I'm gonna get the 2 for 1 on Doritos. Then, right, if it's in the aisle with chocolate, it's gonna stifle me to get to the healthy aisle because of all of what's surrounded by me. So if I got a basket full of, junk food, I don't have time to put in my basket healthy food. I don't have time to go to that aisle, because at this moment my mentality is shifted because of what's around me. And so that's why it's important, like you said, to have a good support system around you, people who definitely want to see you win and move forward, and that's not gonna stifle you or keep you where you are. And there's always this rumor or this stigmatization that women can't come together, and even young women can't come together. And Pastor Shantae, we know this is all we do is laugh every time we come together. We know Pastor Shantae do not like that word when you say women cannot come together, because it's not true. Women and young women can't come together, because I see it amongst us. We come together, we have fun, we encourage one another, even on those days after we both had a long day at work. It's just literally, truly being there. And I just read somebody say, help me, shift my mindset as far as to where, I guess, the way in thinking. That was really good as far as the shift in the mindset. I'm glad that somebody said that, because that's really good. It starts with a shift in your mindset. And we have to realize too, as women, strong women too, because when you're a strong woman and you have a strong personality and an independency to you, you have to realize that you can't just be prideful, is what I would like to call it. It is okay to have friends around you and other people around you to help you, because they do. It's a relationship is a twofold thing. And so for me, what I would like to say is, because that's one thing that I always deal with as far as to amongst I would say other young girls, if I'm just being transparent, or other young women, is like, I don't want anybody, that's just a relationship in general, to feel like I need them, or, oh, Brianna always this, and that. That was just something that will always play in my mind. I don't want anybody to feel like I need them. I want people to know I can be sufficient on my own. And I feel like that mentality is a good mentality to have, but it also breaks a lot of true, genuine friendships. It's because even those people need help too. Bill Gates didn't get to where he was by just working within himself. He had I believe that he had a good support system. It was certain people that he definitely had to, that he let around him. Now, with that being said though, because Bill Gates got a lot of money. So with that being said, it wasn't just anybody who was hanging around Bill Gates too. And even now, but what I'm getting at is I had to die to my pride to know that I do need help. I don't know everything. It's important to have other people around you that's iron to help sharpen me, because the only thing it'll do when you add iron to iron is it sharpens each other, and now it just radiates. So now if like I always say is when I look at Asia is what's better than one CEO? Two, because not only is it where she has a business, but I have a business. Now we both flourishing. So now it can be, girl, let's collab. Let's come together. Let me sponsor. If I'm getting it, let me pour into you and your business. Let me start to do X, Y, and Z, because now we both impacting the world. We giving something. We doing something, and we not just doing it on one different scale. We both bringing platforms together. And when you bring a platform together, when you already doing it, it only magnifies. So I just think that it's important to have, people, and us as women and young women, we have to unite, come together. I always say it's irritating because my brothers, they would never come home. Well, they will always come home, always talk about their friends, have different friends or whatever. And it just seemed like boys never had no drama. That was one of the things. Never had no drama. I always come home with my backpack, storm on the floor, stump into my room crying, or saying something about what Sally Suzanne did to me today, or I don't understand why this, and that. But then I hear the door ringing, and my brother's getting knocks on the door to let's just go throw around a football. And I just heard them arguing with the friend. But the friend came back to play football. It just was.
It's just different. I don't know. It's so different. Like, for me, I promise you, meeting Pastor Shantae was life-changing, y'all. Because I was that person who I didn't let women in. I didn't trust women. No, it wasn't because I didn't have a relationship with my mom, because we tight, we good. I just didn't. Women are catty. That's how I always thought. And Pastor Shantae got me together quickly. That's, neither here nor there, but she got me together quickly. But it is, like she said, very powerful to have somebody who you can call. Like, I just called her today. Like, we need to sit down and talk about our businesses. We need to see what's going on. Because when you have a sister who gonna push you when you don't feel like doing something, when you don't feel like, maybe I don't feel like, cutting up no shirts today, or I don't feel like bedazzling nothing, I don't want to, put
right.
It's you got me. Yes, you need to bedazzle that. Yes, you do need to cut that up. Yes, you need to post a couple more videos. Yes, you need to where's the website? Because that's what a sister does. That's what a bond, a friendship, that's an accountability partner. When you have a friend, you supposed to want everything that you would want for yourself and then some.
That's
because
good.
Asian, come closer to your mic.
I guess you guys couldn't hear me. But yes, you're supposed to want that and then some for your friends, for your family. So when I look at Brianna, I see myself. So if you're slacking, I'm slacking. If you're doing well, I'm doing well. So ultimately, it only benefits me to push you forward because you are in my circle. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing bad, it's gonna look bad on me because why aren't you helping her?
That's good.
What friend? What kind of friend or what sister? You don't just sit around and allow your friends to be mediocre.
That's
You want
good.
the
That's
best for
good.
them.
That's a good point.
You push them. You gonna push them because no one wants to eat alone.
Nope.
Nobody
That's
wants to eat
good.
alone. So
That's
why not
good.
eat together? So
That's good.
let's push each other. When I don't want to make a workout video, when I don't want to hit the gym, call me up. Tell me I need to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up at my house. Whatever you got to do, because that's what an accountability. When you talk about a sister, when you talk about a friend, it's more than just saying that I got a friend. It's more than saying that's my girl. It's deeper than that. It's somebody who gonna pray for you. It's somebody who gonna hold you up. It's somebody who gonna encourage you. When you talk about being a sister, a friend, it's so much more than just a title. It's about the attributes and the things that you're doing behind the scenes that the people can't really see. They just see two people who are always laughing, who always having fun, but they don't see the behind the scenes when I'm like, Bree, I don't really feel like doing it, but you basically kicking my butt to do it because that's what a friend does. You giving constructive criticism.
Yep.
I'm not telling you something that's tearing you down. I'm not trying to do it because I don't want it's because I want the best for you. I'm giving you constructive criticism. I love you and I want the best for you.
Yep,
So
that's true.
As a friend, you need to be able to receive and give constructive criticism, not tearing down, not belittling, but actually something that's going to help them and you push them there. That's just like if you leave somewhere and you looking crazy, that's on me. That's on me. Because if we together, that's on me. Why didn't I say anything? Because that's a friend. Like it's little stuff like that. That's a friend. You look out for your friend. Because ultimately, like I said, when you're doing good, they're doing good. When they're doing good, you're doing good. If you want to talk about a real friendship, a real sisterhood relationship, that's what it is. It's deeper than what people see.
That was good, and it's good. We have we are about to be wrapping it up. We have a question or two, and then just to add to that really quick, what I wanted to say is that was really good what you were saying about being honest. And it's not friendship. What I say a true friendship is it's not always going to be daisy, sunshine, and roses. You of course you disagree. That's I feel like a good friendship. You two different people. You disagree, but you have to be okay with disagreeing, having different voices of opinions. You still have to respect the person the same and still have to respect and understand, and even if you don't understand, it's still a way you can convey something and communicate it. It does not have to come off nasty. That does not mean the other person is wrong. That's the way that they see the world. That's their view on it. And you have to be okay and understand that you both are not going to see eye to eye all the time. That's what makes a good relationship. And that's what makes the puzzle is it's two different pieces that connect. It's a shape that curve in right here, but it's something that can add to it in it. It's a puzzle. It connects. So it's good. You're not supposed to agree all the time. Everything not supposed to be laughs and giggles. It can be some disagreements because you're human. And so in that, what we not saying is that everybody just go out and look for somebody who's gonna always just, oh my gosh, and oh, you're just so lovely, come here, give me a hug, I love you. But anyways, in that, and just in wrapping it up, Ade had a question. She said, what do you think causes so much conflict between women? And one of the things I would honestly say, I would not only say, like I kind of stated before, was pride, but I would say hurt. I would say a lot of hurt from where women has had. I feel like it was one bad relationship with a woman where it was either something that would break trust or in a sense of rejection. And I feel like that is a lot of, a stem to a lot of different things. Or pride, for example. We look at, man, like that, she got a skinny waist, she got some long hair, she got she got this, she got that, or she's really pretty. And a lot of women sometimes get jealous. Instead of just supporting or, congratulating. Yeah, she has long, beautiful hair, she has this, and that. So how about, y'all come together? Maybe you have a beautiful personality. Maybe she has long hair but needs help in her attitude. So why don't you go talk to her, ask her, what is it that you do to keep your hair so long? Or, instead of always, I would say, Hating. Yeah, hating.
That's what it
which
is.
which stems to me, jealousy, it stems from, like I said, pride, hurt, rejection.
Definitely.
In some kind of form, shape, or way. And so just for me, I would say in that is how I would suggest for somebody to approach somebody that you said is known or always have a confrontational personality. Ooh, that's a whole different question. I thought that was kind of going along with the other one. Is what do you think causes so much conflict? But I would just say it's pretty much that's what I would say as far as to with that's what causes so much conflict between women.
I would agree. Jealousy that caused a lot of conflict. Instead of being able to win together, it's always a competition. You don't have to compete. You don't have to compete with each other.
That's good. Okay, then Ade had said, how would you suggest for someone to approach someone that is known to always have a confrontational personality? That's a good question.
That is a good question that I cannot answer. I'm just being transparent.
That's good. That's good.
That's something that I would. For me, I am not a confrontational type of person, and if I know that's how you are, I'm not confronting you. Do you? We good.
And so for me, with that being said, I'll answer it. I'll answer this question. Is how would you suggest for someone to approach, and this is our last questions, and you guys have to catch us next time. Would suggest for someone to approach someone that is known to always have a confrontational personality. Mm-hmm. For me, I am a firm believer, not only just with the whole love is the standard, like we learn at Elohim,
yes,
but I feel like it's a way you can do anything, and that's just in love. Is, if you know that this person's personality is to debate, is that they won't receive what you're saying, they always are on the defense, it's a way that you can do it. And I would just say to do it in love, and to your disposition, you have to come in a form of listening. It can't be that I'm going to try to make this person believe what I believe, or I'm trying to convert them to come over to my side, but it's truly coming to the person to listen, to understand. Mm-hmm. That's just what I always do in confrontation, or in a certain situation where somebody is quick to respond. It would just be slowing down to listen and to going into a conversation to understand, not to say I know that I'm right and you're wrong. I feel like a lot of times in situations of confrontation is somebody is trying to prove to the other person that they're right, instead of just hearing the person out, mm-hmm. instead of just accepting that you both are wrong in a situation, not just looking and pointing at the other person, mm-hmm. but knowing that, okay, let me put myself in their shoes. Let me try to understand, instead of just being so quick to shoot and to hit and to move forward.
That was really good. Actually, Brianna was the perfect person to answer that, because if y'all know Brianna, this is her all the time. It's nothing, there's no show. She's always excited. She's always happy, and literally will talk to anybody, everywhere, anywhere. She don't care. This is who she is. So she not, this is not fluff. This is real life for her.
Thank you. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it so much. Guys, like I said, I am definitely going to put the information about the women's conference. We are excited. Follow me on my page. Follow Asia Ready on her page. She got workout stuff going on. She is a trainer. She is no joke. She is going to get us together for the last month of the summer. And with that being said, just what I want you guys to take into the ending of this is if you don't know something, or if somebody else don't know anything, don't talk about them. Don't try to up game them, or, belittle them. Teach them, help them, mm-hmm. give them the knowledge. And this is Glow. See you guys.
Yes.
That was good. That was good.
That was good.
It was. I don't know if it's this.
This is Prophet Blaine, and you are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station.
it.